How you doing, YouTube? Matt Beer Reviews. Back with a little bit of Forest and Main cannage. It's the first can I think I've ever had from these guys. And that is their Centerfield IPA. I've done a couple Forest and Main beers before. Most of the stuff I've done from them has been of the kind of Saison variety. Mostly in bottles. I don't think I've ever done like growlers or crowlers or anything like that from them. Anyway, it's probably one of my favorite breweries to drink at. A little pretentious. You know, I mean, it's in kind of an old house, and they do those kind of things, and their prices are a little bit steep when it comes to takeaway beer. But, I mean, it's really just a low ABV cask beer heaven, and that is right up my alley. So, this can actually comes from my buddy Keith, though. He was down there for the first time, picked up a couple cans, and I think he has 3 total he gave me. This is the first one we're diving into. It says, keep cold, drink fresh. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, Forest and Main. There's no date on it. So today is the 1st of November. So take that for what it's worth. 2019, if you will. It's cracking this sucker. I don't know if I've ever had... I've had to have an IPA from these guys because I've been to the brewery enough to where I've had some kind of hopped up version of what they would call an IPA, I guess you would say. So... yeah, we'll see how this translates into the whole cannage thing. Can is cool, you know. It's kind of like it's kind of like geometric pattern, but if like a dirty hippie did it, you know, it's an organic kind of drawn kind of geometric pattern as opposed to like computerized graphics. Does that look like an IPA? Yes, it does. Vibrant yellow, not nearly as hazy what most people would expect from an IPA nowadays, but you know. Does not suck. At least looks-wise. It's got a kind of a rocky, soapy edge to it. Nothing too creamy or fluffy. Pinky finger in size. Weirdly kind of uniform bubbles, but they're much larger than you typically get from an IPA. And like I said, she has this vibrance to her, but she comes off more like Saison than like new school kind of hazy. That could be by design, though. So, let's see if we can get a nose on her. It's citrus leaning, but it's middle of the road of all the sensory bits and pieces typically people throw out when it comes to citrus. So you're getting the gamut. You know, you're getting your orange, your lemon, your lime, those kind of things. Grapefruit, a little bit of pineapple kind of going in there. But it's not overly sweet, but it's not sweet. It's not overly bitter. It's not bitter. It's kind of floating in the middle there, but at the same time, it's still expressive. So it's not so much that it's kind of a neutral kind of citrus. It's just... I don't want to say rounded on the edges, but that middle portion that you rarely get vibrant. So it's a sweet juiciness that's not overly sweet. It's a pulpy bitterness that's not overly bitter, and that's what's coming to the forefront. Very vibrant. I mean, I said she's very vibrant to the point where it's almost there's something else to it, kind of like there's a green kind of green herbal character kind of propping up that citrus. Kind of like if you were to do like a skirt steak. One of my favorite ways to make skirt steak is to do like a citrus zest on top of like a spiced kind of steak top, a little bit of anchovy, shit like that. But it's that mixture of that herbal kind of brightens up and props up a bit of that citrus. And that's what it's kind of going in here. So that green portion of the show, while present, and while you can separate it from that other bit and piece of citrus, so it's definitely like an herbal thing compared to that citrus thing. It's just accentuating the way that citrus comes off in a very positive way, very food-like. It makes me think of food, let's put it that way. Let's dive in. Cheers. Ooh. That is dry. And that is citrus. Wow. Okay. Oof. Yeah, that's aggressive. That's very aggressive. What is that? Man, there's something going on here. Centerfield IPA. There's some kind of spice in here. It can't be all from hops. I don't think it could be there. Man, it's almost like... I'm thinking of like a fennel or something like that. Like it's coming off like super vibrant, almost a little bit soapy. What's the one that everybody thinks that's kind of soapy? Is that fennel? Man, that citrus is coming off really amplified. It's getting to the point where it's getting like pledge cleaner level kind of amplified. Then you have this huge dryness, like crazy dryness, like over the top kind of dryness. So it's not necessarily not a sweet beer, but it's so dry in one end, it kind of prevents it from being even minutely balanced in one direction. Bitter all the way. Citrus to the nines. That spicy, cooking herb component, because that's where it's coming off. It's coming off almost like a poultry herb mix. That's how that's coming off to me. And it's vibrant. It's number one in the clubhouse as far as vibrance, as far as effect. Yeah. Not my kind of beer, let's put it that way. It's kind of bummed, man. Nose had me intrigued, but man, that taste kind of set me off sailing in one direction. And here's the thing about it. It's not my kind of beer. And I'm not, guys, we get to the whole, is it one of the better IPAs I've had as late? It's not going to be in there. But there's something about it that has me interested. I'm going to drink this whole thing just so I can kind of get through it and think about it. That's kind of a cool thing. That's a cool trick to do because so many of these IPAs end up being kind of attempts at facsimiles of everybody else's. This is like no other IPA that I've ever had. Is that a good thing? Not for me. But the flavor profile in there intrigues me enough to where I want to keep drinking it and try to dissect it. So if you're going to take anything away from this beer, or if I'm going to take anything away from this beer because it's my thoughts and my thoughts only, I'm not telling you what to think, it's interesting as fuck. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Citrus on the nose. A little bit of that herbal vibe in the actual nose. Once you take a sip, you remember with big dryness, huge dryness, like an ashy dryness with like almost a lemon pledgy level kind of citrus to it, and this big, huge kind of poultry herb vibe kind of herbalness to it, to where it comes off more of a kind of an herbal graininess that outside of the hop realm than anything that's even close to being inside of it. Again, one of the better ones, no. Value and availability, their price points are a little bit steep. I mean, this, I have no idea what this costs. Maybe Keith can chime in, but I know they're charging like $18 or something like that, or $16 or $18 for like a 5% mild. That's kind of expensive. And leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like herbs, if you just like herbs and not weed, herbs, like straight up cooking herbs, and you like super dry beers and you want to try them both at the same time, that's where this one comes in. If you're interested in flavor, if you're interested in unique takes on beer, and again, not necessarily saying it's good beer, but it's fun to try, I would definitely try this again on draft. I would definitely do my darndest to find somewhere to place this beer in food, because I think that's what it's missing. I think if you ate the correct thing, you'd have to eat something like sweet, like, you know, like, I don't know, short ribs or some kind of sweet barbecue or something sweet to balance off that dryness and bittering. I think you'd get somewhere really cool with this beer, but other than that, it's just, it's weird. That's all I have to say. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a beer as interesting as this one. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.